What is the single best tip for surviving narcissism? I'm going to tell you just that in this video. Hey there, I'm Dr. Melissa. I am a trauma expert and top doctor, and in this video and on this channel, I help you identify the hidden narcissists in your life so that you can turn that trauma and drama into gold, rising and becoming stronger and more powerful than you ever were before. If this is exactly what you need, click subscribe, click that notification bell so that you don't miss a thing. So what is the single best tip for surviving narcissism? Document everything. Because a narcissist lies, because they gaslight and they distort your reality, because they have flying monkeys who run around siding with them on their various lies, because they create this entire web of confusion and fog everywhere they go. Documenting everything is the single best thing you can do in every circumstance. Document your email. Create an email folder for every narcissist in your life and save every communication regardless of how important it seems like it is. It may seem like it is completely irrelevant, you and your ex coordinating pickup times for one of your children on a day that they're going to a birthday party. But trust me, you may want that email someday. Keep it in a folder. Keep it as part of your documentation. Same thing with text messages. With any narcissist that you're dealing with, whether it is a significant other, a family member, a coworker, a boss, an acquaintance, another parent at your child's school, save all of your text messages. Don't delete the string. Even if they text you something obnoxious, save those text messages. And if it's something that you want to be able to find again readily, where you don't have to scroll through weeks and weeks and weeks of text messages, take a screenshot, put those in a folder so that you have documentation of the communication. You have confirmation that this narcissist in your life agreed to do something or agreed to let your child do something, or was notified or made aware of something by you. Document all written communications, handwritten notes, cards, letters that are sent to you through the mail. Any written documentation from that narcissist, just throw it in a folder. Keep it. There may very well be a point in time when you want it and you wish you had it. Document social media posts. If there is a narcissist in your life who is posting things maybe about you, maybe about lies that they're spreading, if they're posting to get the support of their flying monkeys, take a screenshot of those posts. That way, even if they were to take it down later, you still have proof as to what they've posted out to the world. Document your own experience in a journal with dates. Now, this one is helpful for a lot of reasons, less helpful in terms of how you might use that documentation from my standpoint, because you could write down anything from any date. But keeping track for yourself, it becomes a lot more powerful if you were to say, you pick the kids up late on April 16th, September 5th, September 23rd, and October 7th, right? Is a lot more powerful than you pick the kids up late all the time. Or being able to say to an employee, you came in late on these 7 days and you left early on these 3 days this month. Having those dates written down, even if your employee doesn't punch a time clock, can be really helpful instead of, you're always late or you're always leaving early, which they can easily discount. No, that's not true. Last Tuesday I was here till 5:30, right? Having it documented, even if it's just your own documentation of whatever it is that you're wanting to address behavior-wise can be really, really helpful. And finally, document doctor visits, therapist visits. If there's something going on with, say, one of your children and a narcissist family member, ask the therapist that sees your child to just jot a brief note of their findings or their discussion from the day, just so you have kind of an ongoing record. And likewise, if you have situations where the police are involved, where child protection is involved, where a teacher noted a concern regarding one of your children, where there was an email from a higher up in your company that noted something that had gone on with one of these narcissists in your life, keep that documentation. And here's why. Here's the most important part of this video, why you document. There are 2 reasons why you want to document everything. The first is so that you have a verifiable record of what the truth is in this matter. If a narcissist agreed to do something and didn't do it, and now they're being called in before the boss to be accountable for the fact that they didn't do it, what are they going to do? They're going to deny that they ever agreed to do it. They're going to deflect it to somehow be your fault. They're going to dismiss it as being no big deal. They'll take care of it. They're going to devalue you in some way, right? If you have the documentation, here's the email where he agreed to do it. It has a lot more weight than he said, she said. If you have the documentation in a court proceeding, whether it's the dissolution of a business partnership or the dissolution of a marriage or anything else, a small claims kind of argument, having the documentation clearly in writing is going to be extraordinarily helpful. When you're dealing with a narcissist, you cannot trust anything that they say. They are compulsive liars. They will say anything to make things go their way. The documentation sometimes can be the only thing you have to show the world, given the herd of flying monkeys standing behind the narcissist, that what you're saying is true. Now, the second reason to document everything is even more important, because the reality is, in the legal system, in the church, in your community, in your own family, despite voluminous evidence, the proof, the documentation, even from outside sources like therapists or government agencies, teachers, that sort of thing, despite all of that, those flying monkeys, the legal system, the church, they will likely still believe the narcissist because it's the way those systems are set up. We'll talk about that more in another video, but this is why the most important reason to document everything is for your own sanity. You being a caring, empathic person, you are going to sit there and wonder for years, if not the rest of your lifetime, depending on the healing that you have the opportunity to do around this, whether or not you are the narcissist, whether or not something was wrong with you, whether or not these things actually happened, whether or not, when the whole world is saying that you just made all of this up, being able to go back to your documentation and look and say, no, I didn't. Even if you're only saying that to yourself, even if the rest of the world does not believe you, having that documentation so that you can clearly know, no, this was not me. This is not about me. This is about this other person that's a liar. And the systems are created in a way that other people don't see that. But I know the truth and I can stand in that truth. That is what is going to keep you sane. That is what will allow you to rise above it and to move forward. And that is by far the most important reason to document everything. If you get it, if this is you, type document everything in the comments. Then share this video with someone who needs to see it. And if you'd like to join this movement to end narcissism, whether you are a survivor or a supporter, go to Anti-Fragile Narcissist Survivors, my private Facebook group, where we'd be happy to welcome you. And most importantly, if you are tired of feeling like something is wrong with you, if you are ready to be seen and heard, ready to rise above the trauma and the drama and the chaos, join me at liveantifragile.com. I'm Dr. Melissa, and I'll see you in the next video.